Ahead of National Bullying Day tomorrow, we're talking about starting our kids young to teach them about being kind and not tacky. I love that word. Chris is the inventor of the Tacky Box. You're showing us how the Tacky Box works. And it's really all about the set. It starts with the book you were telling us in our last segment. And the kids have to choose for themselves that they want to be kind.
Right.
You got a pretty good track record most of the time.
So far, so good.
Okay, that's good. Once kids decide to be kind, what's the next step for the box?
So the next step, after you read the book, and as I mentioned earlier, we have the boy version and the girl version. The next step is to tell them that they have an important choice to make, and let them make that for themselves. I always high five like the back of the book, as you can see, and that's part of the story, so we make a big deal of it. And then we let the kid decorate the Tacky Box so that they really personalize it, make it their own. It works the very best when every kid has their own. So like my daughter has one, my son has one, and they really take pride in being the one that identifies something and puts it in their box.
Oh, okay.
So it's a big deal to them, and it's great for the mom because you don't have to be the one pointing this out all the time. They start monitoring themselves so that when you send them to school, they're going to monitor themselves there.
Oh, that's great. So what advice do you have on decorating the Tacky Box? Are there certain things, or kids can just do whatever they want?
They do whatever. Acrylic paints work, stickers, markers. I've seen all kinds of different ones.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think whatever they want to do. And then, in that moment, what's been happening, because so many moms have been doing this proactively, so they haven't experienced the moment that their child is saying something yet. And so after they do all this, the kid will start writing down words that the mom didn't even know that they knew. And so
that's the moment you don't want.
Well, but it's good because you're having that conversation, and your kid's going to hear that, but now they're not going to repeat it. And so, so kids write down words or actions on the little pad of paper and then lock it up in the box.
And you said that there's a few celebrities in your kids' boxes?
Yes, Justin Timberlake is helping us bring Tacky back. So we were watching the AMAs, and that was something that I probably wouldn't have watched with my kids before we had the Tacky Box concept, to be honest. But now that they're so good at monitoring things themselves, we did. And during Justin Timberlake's performance, he said, "Shut up." And my daughter, I don't have to say a word. My daughter jumps up, runs to the kitchen, and we keep Tacky Box front and center there. She takes it down and she writes Justin Timberlake, "Shut up," and the date, and locks him up in the box, and comes back and says, "Well, Justin's in the box,
He's in there.
So he's in there.
You've got several examples of things your kids have written down in this box. Do you keep them in there forever? Do you clean it out at the end of the week?
You know what? I'm going to keep it as a keepsake because honestly, that's a fun memory.
Yeah.
And someday when they're not little anymore, and it's just something
and they're
fun.
Saying shut up too much,
right?
Which hopefully they will learn kindness.
We've stopped that, right? But no, yeah, it's a keepsake to me.
I love it. Chris, if people are interested in learning more about the Tacky Box, where can they do that?
Tackybox.com, and that's also where they can buy them.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Stay with us. Your full forecast is coming up after this break here on Moms Every Day.